Hello everyone. This is Black Friday week, and so I thought that I would do a video talking about the sales for the products that I think are the most appropriate for people who have mature and sensitive skin. So I'll be talking mostly about makeup and skincare, and then I'll throw in a few other products that I also really like. So these are all products that I have tried and that I do think have worked out well for me and that I think might be worth considering for other people. And I have talked about most of these products in other videos. I did some videos on the Sephora sale and the Creal sale that were recent, and I've done some other videos as well. So I will link to those videos in the pinned comment in case you're interested in getting some more information about these products. And for this video, I think I will try to just go pretty quickly so that we can all get through this because I know people have things to do. And then in addition, in the description box, I am putting affiliate links for these companies. And what that means is that if you click on the link and then you end up making a purchase from the company, then I may or may not get a small percentage of the proceeds, and that does help this channel a lot and allows me to keep making videos like this one. So thanks very much to everyone who does click on my links. And so first, a little bit of information about me. I am 60 years old and I have very sensitive and also dry skin. And over the past 4 years, I've tried well over 1,000 makeup and skincare products. And so I do have a pretty good basis of comparison for everything that I discuss here on this channel. And one thing that I have found is that there are certain ingredients that always do irritate my sensitive skin. And I know that these tend to be irritating for a lot of other people as well. So I just don't talk about products with those ingredients on this channel. So my most popular video so far of 2024 has been one that I did on the Augustinus line of skincare products and on my experiment using their rich cream on half of my face for a whole year, and then discussing whether it seems to have made a difference. And I did like it myself, and I have continued to purchase and use it because I do think it did make a difference. And in addition, I am working right now on a video on Dr. Barbara Sturm products, and so I have been trying some of those out, and soon I will do another video based on my experiences with those. But in general, it does seem like a lot of the people that watch this channel do seem to be interested in those high-end skincare brands. And so I thought that I would start out by talking about how people might go about getting these brands on a discount during the Black Friday sales. And if you're not interested in those brands, then you can go ahead and skip on to a little bit later in the video by using the timestamps that are in the description box. Now, I'm not seeing on the Augustinus site so far that they are having a sale. I do think that they had a sale last year, but it may have been an end-of-year sale after Christmas, something like that. I do remember it being pretty late. And so I think that that could be something to wait for, but I also think it may not be the best idea to purchase from the Augustinus website anyway for a lot of people. And the reason for that is because, to my understanding, they are determined that they are not going to take any products back, regardless of whether people who have sensitive skin react to them. And that is really unfortunate because they also do not make any samples available unless you already are buying something. And those products are very, very expensive. So it really is playing a dangerous game to just dive in and buy a product when you don't have any recourse if it doesn't work out for you. And then Dr. Barbara Sturm, so far all that they have on their website is that you can purchase mystery products such as a mystery serum and get some kind of a discount for that. And I think that's kind of dangerous also, to purchase a product when you have no idea what it is going to be, even if it is from that particular brand. Because I think that there are some products from that company that I would not want to purchase because they have ingredients that I would find to be questionable. And I don't recall Dr. Barbara Sturm having a sale last year, but I wasn't monitoring it as closely as I am now, so I might have missed it. It also is the case that Dr. Barbara Sturm was purchased this year by a company called Puig, and this company also owns Charlotte Tilbury, and they own Byredo, and they own a variety of other companies. They're from Spain. And so it may be that they will be doing things differently now that they have different owners than they did in the past, but I'm not really sure about that. And both of those brands do sell through Sephora, and I have purchased from Sephora in the past during the Sephora sales, but it also is the case that not all of the products that I am interested in are actually sold at Sephora. And so the place that I have found that I think is the most promising to buy these products is from Bluemercury. And so Bluemercury does stock really a pretty wide variety of these companies' products. And their holiday sale is that if you hit $200 in terms of what you have in your cart, then you can get 20% off of everything. And the Augustinus butter and the Dr. Barbara Sturm are included in that. Now, if you reach $800, then you can get 25% off, but that is a really high bar. But if you're interested in buying these luxury skincare brands, then hitting $200 is not going to probably be very hard. And the other brands that are sold by Bluemercury that I also find to be interesting are Alpine Beauty, by Terry, Bobbi Brown, Chantecaille, Heretic Perfumes, Jane Iredale, Kosas, Laura Mercier, NARS, Pat McGrath, Roen, RMS, Sisley, Surratt, Tata Harper, Tom Ford, Victoria Beckham, and Wander Beauty. And so I'm sure that they sell a lot of other products that you might be interested in as well, but those are the brands that I find to be most interesting and that I have used successfully in the past. Now, there are a couple of other retailers that do have a sale that's somewhat like this. So these are both owned by the Neiman Marcus Group. So these are Bergdorf Goodman and Neiman Marcus. And so for Bergdorf Goodman, you can get $50 off of a $250 purchase, $100 off of a $400 purchase, $250 off of a $1,000 purchase. And for Neiman Marcus, it's basically the same, except that you can get $125 off if you hit $500. Now, I do think it's a little bit odd that they are structuring the deal like this, so that therefore if you purchase $350 worth of, rather than $250, you still are only getting that $50 discount. I think that's a little bit strange, but it is nice that they have these discounts available because there are some products that are sold through these retailers that you may not be able to get discounts on other places. And so for Augustinus butter, what I have mostly used from that company is the Rich Cream, and I do feel like that has been successful for me. I also have used their cleansing cream, and I do like that product a lot. I don't know if it's doing a lot for anti-aging, but it is a really, really nice cleanser. And of the products that are not sold at Sephora and that are sold at Bluemercury, one of the ones that I think is really very nice and that I think is really interesting to me are their lip balms. And the lip balms do have the proprietary peptide in them that is supposed to be anti-aging and skin repairing. And so I started out by buying the plain one from the Bluemercury store, and I did really like this. I do feel like my lips are really benefiting from that, and when I put it on, I don't feel like I need to be putting other lip balms on quite as often. Sometimes during the winter, I feel like I'm putting it on maybe every 15 minutes, and this seems to slow down that problem a little bit. And then in addition, they just came out with a line of 3 different tinted lip balms that were created in conjunction with Sofia Coppola, who is a movie director. And so I did pick up one of these. I picked this one up in the shade 3, and I also really like that. And I'll put a little bit of this over my lipstick. And I have tried all 3 of these colors out in the Bluemercury store, and I do think that they are all really pretty. Now, these are regularly priced at $43 or $45, I think, and that is very, very expensive for a lip balm. But what I did notice is that Augustinus butter is having a special promotion where you can buy all 3 shades of the tinted lip balm, and that is priced at $100. And then I think if you got 20% off, then it would be 3 lip balms for $80, which would be under $30 each. And I think that that's a much better price. And so I actually am really interested in this because I do feel like that these particular lip balms have been really good for my lips. Then I also am seeing that they have a new product that is called the Rich Eye Cream for $205, and that is an expensive eye cream, but I don't feel like it's a lot more than some of the other eye creams that I have used in the past. And so I don't know if I really need any eye cream at present. I'm really experimenting more with the Barbara Sturm ones, but I do think that that one could be interesting as well. And then they have a hand treatment, and that one seems to be getting pretty good reviews. And I do feel like my hands are starting to show their age. And so I'm kind of interested in using something on my hands on a regular basis. And so I might get that. That's $57. And I think it might be worth a try, just so I can talk about it on this channel. Maybe I could do an experiment with it even. And then there's the Ultimate Soothing Cream and the Face Cream Mask, and both of those seem like they might be products that are appropriate for winter, and so I am a little bit interested in those. And they have eye patches that are $23, I think, each for a treatment, and I've actually never tried any of these treated eye patches from any company, so for $23 maybe it would be worth a little experiment just to be able to talk about it. And then there's a face oil, and that is priced at $265. And it's my impression that of the products that Augustinus bought or sells, that the face oil may be most appropriate for people who have really sensitive skin. So there are a few ingredients that are used in the Augustinus Butter Rich Cream and in most of the other products that some people do say that they are sensitive to. And so for people who are really wary or who have reacted to some of the other products, then I think the face oil might be a good product to try in order to get exposure to that proprietary peptide without necessarily having other irritating ingredients. And I'm not sure that I'm seeing any kits here that are as good as the ones that were made available on the Sephora site in terms of just buying the Rich Cream at a fairly low price. But what I do see here is the Augustinus Butter Starter Kit, which has a ½ an ounce of the Rich Cream, a third of an ounce of the face oil, 1 ounce of the cleanser, and an ounce of the essence. And that one is out of stock at Blue Mercury, but I have seen it on some of the other department store websites. And I think that that one actually is a little bit interesting for me because it allows you to try all of these different products and just to see what they're like and see if you want to continue with them. And that is priced at $210, which isn't a terrible price, I don't think. And then for Dr. Barbara Sturm, I feel like her serums are the products that are best known, and so I have tried the hyaluronic serum that goes on your whole face, and I think that that is nice. And I also purchased an anti-aging eye serum, and I think that that has been really nice also, and it also seems to be really concentrated, so you don't need very much of it. So I think that the bottle that I purchased is going to last me for a really long time, which is good because it was really pricey. So far I've just been using those serums, and I also have a bunch of samples of Barbara Sturm products that I have been using, and so I will talk about that in my upcoming video. But one line of products that she offers that I'm actually also pretty interested in are the baby and kids cream and other products. So there's a face cream for $55, a body cream for $55, and a shampoo for $40. And these are supposed to be for babies or for children, and they certainly are supposed to be for children going all the way up to be tweens. But from what I have heard, they are also potentially perfectly appropriate for adults as well. And what she did say is that they purposely price these products relatively reasonably because people don't want to spend huge amounts of money on skincare for their kids. Now, those are still really expensive compared to what most people spend on skincare, even for themselves. But I'm kind of interested in this line, and so probably I'll pick up at least one of those products, either the face cream or maybe the face cream and the body cream, just to give them a try because I am really curious. And people that try them do seem to really, really like them in terms of the at least user reviews. And there is a hand wash, and I'm a little interested in this hand wash because Michelle Wong, who is another YouTuber who I do follow and I do usually agree with, she really, really likes that hand wash. And she said that as hand washes go, that this has been really the best one that she has used. And generally speaking, what I use as a hand wash is Dr. Bronner's Sugar Soap, and I do feel like that is pretty gentle on my hands. And so I'm curious as to whether or not this one would be a lot better, but especially with winter coming up, I think that being as attentive to my hands may be a good thing. And then there also is an anti-aging hand cream that she is offering, and I think that that would be worth trying, at least in the Blue Mercury store for me. But I probably would start with the Augustinus Butter hand treatment because I feel like that proprietary peptide might be really important beyond the kinds of ingredients that are present in the Barbara Sturm ones. And so I think that what I'm going to be doing is buying a few things from Blue Mercury and to try to get up to that $200 level. So definitely going to buy that tinted lip balm trio, and I am thinking that I'm going to buy a perfume from a company called Heretic, which is called Florgasm, which I know that I do like, and they are making it available in a small bottle. So that is $65 at the regular price, so I think that that could be a good thing for me to play with as my next scent, which is all 100% natural ingredients and no synthetics. And I'll probably purchase one of those Dr. Barbara Sturm products for the kids, and I'll probably buy like the Augustinus butter hand cream. Okay, so let's move on and talk about other products. And when I look at the retailers that I tend to shop at, Credo, last year I do believe they did something for Black Friday. I don't see that happening on the Credo site yet. They did, of course, just have their Credo Friends and Family sale, but I'm expecting them to put something on their site about this sale as well. Now, I did go through all of the beauty products that are being sold on the Nordstrom website, and I'm not seeing anything that looks really exciting, except that the Armani lipsticks are available on a few different places, marked down from $45 to $27 during the holiday season. So you can get those on the Armani website, and you can get them on Sephora, and you can also get them on the Nordstrom website. And I do have two of these. I have one that is a satin and one that is a matte. And these are really among my very favorite lipsticks. I think that they perform really, really well. And so I am interested in getting at least one more color during the sale. And on Sephora, they have a lot of things that are on sale, and I did go through just about all of the 1,000 items that are on sale to see if there was anything that was really interesting, and there's really very little. So the NARS Holiday Makeup is on sale, both the palette and their Rendezvous lipstick. I do like the color Rendezvous, so their holiday lipstick is on sale. And some of the minis from NARS are on sale. Alpine Beauty Firming Serum, Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm is half price, which I think is a very good deal. Natasha Denona's Hyper Natural Face Palette, that is $43. I'm not that crazy about the blush or the bronzer that is in that, but the 5 eyeshadows that are in that, those are really terrific eyeshadows. I don't know if they're worth $43 for the 5 of them, but they are very, very nice eyeshadows. And LYS Lipstick, which I kind of like, that is on sale also. And then at Ulta, they have tons and tons of discounts, and they always keep changing. And I think you could spend every minute of your day during the entire week reading the Ulta site. And if you wanted to be able to be sure that you were taking advantage of all those discounts, I did spend a while looking at that. I didn't see much that was on sale that I was excited about, except that I do think that the Honest Beauty products, some of those are very nice, and I'll talk about those in a few minutes, but those are available at sale on Ulta, at least right now. How long that will last, I'm not sure. So let's move into talking about skincare by brands. So Alpine Beauty is a brand that I really, really like. They're having a 25% off site-wide sale and 30% off if you buy $150 or more. And the products that I like from them very, very much, the Super Peptide and Ghostberry face cream, the firming serum, the plumping lip mask is nice, and I do like both of the eye creams that they offer. And all of those skin creams do offer no fragrance in them, and the plumping lip mask has a little bit of a taste to it, but I think it is pleasant. Anne Marie is a company that has all natural ingredients, and this is the one brand that I feel that I can use that does have some fragrance or some scent in their products that does not seem to irritate my skin. So they tend to use either extracts or really mild products that smell really, really good. Some of them smell really fantastic to me. And they are quite expensive, so I never have purchased any of those products except on sale, and they are having a 25% off sale. And so the products from them that I especially like, I like their anti-aging face oil. That smells really amazing to me. I think that their cleanser is very nice, and they have an eye cream, that anti-aging eye cream, something like that, that I think also does smell very nice, and that has been very nice on my eyes and my face in general. And then they have a wild fruit serum that is supposed to be like a chemical exfoliator, and I think that that is very nice as well, though, although all of these are quite expensive. And I am not absolutely sure that these are doing anything more for my face than just regular old creams, but they do all smell really, really nice, and sometimes that can be an appealing thing to be able to use a skincare product that smells nice and that is not irritating. Aveda is offering 25% off, and there are just a couple of products from them that I like. I like their line of Botanical Repair hair care. Now, that does have a lot of natural scent in it, but I don't feel like it's irritating, and I feel like this is such a moisturizing line that it's good for my dry and aging hair. And they also have one skincare product, which is the Botanical Kinetics All Sensitive Cleanser, which is kind of a rich cleanser that I think that my face does really, really well with, especially in the winter months. Beauty Counter. All right, so Beauty Counter closed at the beginning of the year, and they were going to go bankrupt, and their previous CEO who sold the company, her name is Greg Wenfu, and she purchased the company back, and she is saying that she is going to relaunch it probably sometime next year. But in the meantime, she has managed to get hold of all of the old inventory, and she has made it all available during the holiday season, and it is priced at 25% off. And I do like Beauty Counter a lot, and I've used a lot of their products in the past, and I'm thinking that I probably will continue to use them in the future. And during the past 8 months or so since they closed down, the products that I have remembered and started to think that I would be sorry if I could never get them again include both the Countertime Supreme Cream. That one is a wintertime cream for me, and I do really, really think that it has been helpful for me in previous years, so I would hate to not be able to buy it anymore. And their Countermatch products are all unscented, and they are designed for really sensitive skin, and a lot of them have plum kernel or oil in them, and I think that those are all really terrific. And there's one lip balm from them, which is called this Clean Swipe Hyaluronic Lip Balm that is tinted, and I think that that is really attractive, and my lips do really like it. Now, how Beauty Counter is going to be structured when it comes back, I'm not sure. My understanding is that it's not really going to be an MLM anymore, but that they may have affiliate marketing. But right now, they don't have any affiliate links that are active, at least through my site. So I am hoping that they can get people to help them to sell their product, because I would like to see them succeed. I think that some of their product formulas are very good. Now, Biossance is a skincare company that has a lot of squalane in it, and it is 30% off site-wide and 40% off for body products. For those products, I like the Squalane Plus Omega Repair Cream. I like the Squalane Plus Probiotic Gel Moisturizer. And I like their lactic acid product, which is like an AHA, that I think is very mild and that doesn't irritate my skin. And they have a new product that is called the Pro Peptide Lip Perfector that I think looks nice, except that does have ethyl vanillin in it. And so I'm not sure that that is the right product for me, but I think there's potential there other than that scent ingredient in terms of it looking like the ingredient list is pretty good. And my recollection in the past is that as the holiday season went on, not only was Biossance continuing to offer good discounts on the products, but that they were also giving away a lot of small samples of the products and little kits and stuff. So it might be that if you wait longer, you can get a better deal, but then maybe not. Burt's Bees is having 20% off site-wide. That's not a brand that I've used for quite a while, but it is one that I have used a little bit in the past. Evan Healy is a brand that I do like a few of their products. Most of them do have essential oils in them, and so that is not something that I really like, but they are having a 25% off site-wide sale. And one product from them that I really like that I would highly recommend is called Whipped Shea Butter for Lips. And I think that compared to most of the really expensive lip products that I have purchased, this one is at least as good or maybe much better, and it's $9. And I think the ingredient list is really good. It feels and tastes really good on my lips, and when I put it on my lips, it is really moisturizing. So it's not just whipped shea butter, it's a formula of different kinds of natural ingredients, and I think it's been really terrific. And it does have real vanilla extract in it, and that is something that I really like. They also have a cleanser that is called Simply Basic Cleansing Milk, and I do really like that, and that one looks like it's marked down a lot, like more than it should be for Black Friday, and so I am hoping that they are not going to be discontinuing that one. And then on my body, sometimes I do put products that have essential oils in them. And the one product that I did use last year was called Whipped Neroli Frankincense Body Butter. So what I usually did with that is take a regular body lotion, like one from the Necessaire, and then soup it up by putting in, for instance, some of this body butter. And I think that that works out really well, and I did really like the smell of that. Drunk Elephant, I do recall them having a Black Friday sale last year, but they have not done that yet. It might not actually launch until it's actually Black Friday. And the products from them that I have liked include the Lippy Stick, the Bora Barrier Cream, the Protini Polypeptide Cream, and their C Firma is a vitamin C formula that has ascorbic acid in it. And so I think that considering that, it has been really good for my skin. It doesn't have any extra irritating ingredients in it, and I don't feel like it's been irritating when I have used it. I haven't used it a lot, but I haven't found any other vitamin C creams that included ascorbic acid that I was able to use. And B Hydra is their hyaluronic acid serum, and I think that one is fine. And then there's one that's an glycolic acid and salicylic acid type of a product called Framboos, and I use that sometimes on my chin and my jawline, and I think that that has been really gentle, but it's also been very effective. But there are a lot of products that are made by Drunk Elephant that have really annoyed the heck out of my skin. So most of them would not be ones that I would recommend. I just really like those ones that I mentioned. Pharmacy is having 25% off, or if you had $100 off, then you can get 30% off plus a free gift. And there are a number of products from them that I have tried, and some of them have been okay, but the only one that I really like enough to purchase is the Honey and Vanilla Clean Cleansing Balm for $36, and this is back in stock, fortunately, and so I very well might pick up some of that during this sale just to have it on hand. Fit Glow is a company that there's a couple products that I really like, and then I've experimented with some of the other products. So the two that I really like are the Calm Cleanser and the Cloud Comfort Cream, and both of those have fermented ingredients in them that are like fermented berries, and so they do have a strong and kind of a fruity type of a scent, but it is not from essential oils or processed fragrances, and it hasn't irritated my skin at all. And I think that my skin really does like these products, especially with regard to the fermented stuff in them. And I do feel like when my skin is already irritated, that using these particular products can help it along a lot. And so those can be purchased individually, but there's also a set that is called the Calm Cleanser and Cloud Collagen Oil Duo. And I think the Cloud Collagen Oil is probably fine too. And separately, that would be $158, and it has marked down to $83.30. And then there is a Cloud Collagen Skincare Super Kit that has 4 different products in it that would total $290, and that's available for $153 with the promotion. Now, one of my very favorite companies is Honest Beauty, and I especially like a number of their skincare products, and I also have liked their makeup products. This is a company by Jessica Alba, and I think that in terms of the prices that they are charging for these products, they are really products that I think are at least as good as many of the really expensive products that are out there, but they are priced really moderately, and so I think that that is really terrific. And what I did notice on their website is that it looks like they are really going to be discontinuing their entire makeup line. Now, they seem to be keeping their lip balms, including the tinted lip balms, and just moving those into the skincare category. But it's looking to me like all of the other makeup is going to be in the last chance section, and that it is all on a pretty good discount at this point. And it's a little bit unfortunate that they are discontinuing their blushes, because I think that as blush goes, that those are a blush that really do last for a really long time on the cheeks, and they really were a very good price. And so right now they're a particularly good price, so if you want to pick some of those up, then this would be a good time, but it does seem like it's now or never. Now, in terms of the skincare products, there are two new products that I'm actually really interested in that are under a line that they're calling Ageless. So there's one that's called Firm Plus Smooth Cream, and there's one that's called Firm Plus Even Serum. And both of those are priced at $30, and the ingredient lists look like they should be fine to me, and my experience with Honest products has been really terrific, unless they do have an essential oil in them or something that I actually am reactive to. So I am planning to pick that up during the sale, either from Ulta or from Honest, if Honest has a sale in the next day or two. And then the other products that I really like from Honest Beauty, I like their Hydrogel Cream, which is available for $30, or you can get a sample of that for $10. And there is a Stay Hydrated Serum for $22, it looks like. Now, I do think that this is actually a product that is a viable competitor for the Dr. Barbara Sturm hyaluronic acid serum. So this does have a variety of different weights of hyaluronic acid in it, so it should be penetrating the skin. And it doesn't have any irritating ingredients in it, and I have done fine with it, and my skin has really liked it. Except that this one is $30 or less per ounce, and the Dr. Barbara Sturm one is $300 per ounce. So I think that this one is a really good one to pick up. And I also like their Everyday Radiance Plus C Moisturizer. I think that my skin does like that quite a lot. And their tinted lip balms I think are okay. Those are only $10. And then in terms of products that are being discontinued, the Calm Plus Heal Melting Balm is $17 on their website right now. I think it was like twice that much before it got discontinued. And the Cream Cheek and Lip Colors that I really like, those are $14 right now on their website. They also have a number of different eye creams, and I've liked all of their eye creams a lot. And then they have a shampoo and a conditioner, which I think is relatively mild and not too drying for my hair. And you can get that in a totally unscented version, or you can get it in scented versions like, for instance, lavender or citrus. And I think that all of those have been okay for me, and they're all natural flavors or fragrances. And there is a hand cream, and I think this hand cream is actually the best hand cream on the market. Now, maybe the Dr. Barbara Sturm one or the Augustinus butter one, maybe I would like those better, but I did a video last year where I tried a whole bunch of hand creams, and this one was definitely the winner. I think that this one is very similar to the one that is from the French brand that I'm not sure I can pronounce. I think it's L'Occitane. Now that one does have a lot of pretty strong scent in it, and so that makes it intolerable for me. And this one I think is at least as good as that scented one, except it doesn't have any synthetic scent in it. It does have a little bit of a natural scent. And then they make a lot of other body products as well, including things like bubble bath and body lotion. And I think that everything that I've tried from their body line, from the Honest, I think that those are all really nice products. And then Ilia is having a 20% off site-wide sale, and if you hit $150, then you can get 25% off. I recently just tried a new eye cream from Ilia, which is called the Bright Start Retinol Alternative Eye Cream for $42, and I did like that one. I thought it was very nice. And then the other products that I really like from Ilia include the base face milk, which I use as a primer. I think that their cleanser is very nice, especially if you have skin that's not as dry as mine. It might be a really good thing. It's a very foamy cleanser. And I think their lip sketch crayons are nice as a makeup product. One of the products that I purchased during the Sephora sale was this Lion Pose Pep Talk, which is called Biopeptide Barrier Cream, and I like the ingredients for this, and it has turned out to be fine for me. My skin has been doing really well with that, so I can recommend this to people who have sensitive skin as something that they might want to try. I also did a review on their sunscreen, which is called Lion Pose Ghostbuster Sunscreen, and I did that back in the summer, and I think that that's also a very nice sunscreen. And then they have one more product that I have just sampled, which is called Unspotted, which is an AHA type of a product that I think also was okay for me. It's strong, but it doesn't have any ingredients in it that irritated my skin. So I think this is a really good company, and I am looking forward to seeing what they come out with in the future. On the Ulta website, I see that they currently have Mad Hippie products at 30% off. I'm not seeing a sale on the Mad Hippie site, at least not yet. So the products from Mad Hippie that I like their cream cleanser, and that is $12, and it's in a glass jar, and I think that's quite a good price, and I have done really well with that. There is a heavy night cream that I think is good for winter, which is called the Triple C Night Cream. And there is a corrective peptide serum that I seem to have missed. And I'm really interested in products that have peptides in them, and this ingredient list looks pretty clean to me. And so I'm thinking I'm going to pick that one up and give it a try. And the price off on the Ulta website is 30% off. Necessaire is a brand that I really like in terms of body care products, and I actually did a whole video on them, and they are 25% off site-wide. And what I am seeing here that is just stunning me and making me very unhappy is that their lubricant, which they call the sex gel, they are have that in the last chance section. So I am hoping they are not taking that off the market, because it's really the only lubricant that I've actually felt really enthusiastic about like ever in my life. So I hope that they actually don't take that off the market. I think people need to complain more and try it. And the next serum I also really liked, and that one is also in the last chance section. In terms of other products that are not available at Sephora that are on the website, there's a sunscreen, and that one I think is a fairly nice body sunscreen. Of course, it's all minerals. It doesn't have any of the sunscreen boosters in it. And then I also like their hand cream and their body serum and their body lotion. And their shampoo and conditioner, I realize that is very, very drying for my hair. And so I'm not going to use that anymore. But it is unscented, and if you have hair that is more oily, or if you know people that have oilier hair, then that is certainly a gentle product. I just think it's more drying than I really need to be using. And what I recall last year is that at some point during the season, their sales got better, and they moved from not only just having a discount, but they were also giving you additional products to go along with that. And so it might be the case, if you're on the fence, if you wait a bit longer, you might be able to get a better deal than they're offering now, or maybe not. I am a very big fan of the Outset, which is Scarlett Johansson's brand. This is a brand that is specifically designed for sensitive skin, and it is supposed to bring your skin back into balance when it does get irritated from using other types of products that are not good for it, and I do think that it works really, really well for that. And so in terms of everyday skincare products, I think this may be my very favorite product brand. And the products that are not available on Sephora that are on their website are the Lip Oasis Glossy Treatment for $28, a Cool Cream Smoothing Mask, which is like a cold cream, and this is $44, and the Hydra Sheer Sunscreen SPF 30 for $44. And I did try the sunscreen, and I did a video on that last year, and so I am enthusiastic about that one. I definitely can recommend that one. And then those other two products I haven't tried, but I do want to try those. And then in addition, my favorite products from the Outset are their Daily Moisturizer and their serum, and then they have a cleanser that I tend to use more in the summer because it's like a gel cleanser that's like micellar. And Typology is a brand that I really like, but Typology makes it a point not to have any Black Friday sales, and they've already said they're not having any sales like that. And then Haircare. And then especially since I'm making these YouTube videos, I felt like I needed to put a little bit of effort into making my hair behave a little bit better, especially when I wasn't actually blow drying it, when I was on days between shampoos. And so I picked up a couple of different flat iron type products. So one of them is from Body Boost, and this is an aloe-plated flat iron. And I got this on Amazon, and it's supposed to be more than $100, but I got it for 53% off for a total of $55. So I just used that for the first time today, and I do like it. I think that that is a very nice product so far, but I've only used it this one time. And then I also bought this tiny little product from Drybar, which is called the Baby Brush Crush Mini, and I got this for 20% off on Sephora, and it's also 20% off on Amazon, which is $41. And I think that's been nice too, especially when it comes to doing my bangs, for instance, if my bangs are really messed up. And so my hair is very dry and very delicate. And last year I thought a lot about buying a hairdryer such as the one from Dyson or the one from Shark. And what I ended up doing after I did a lot of research is to purchase one that is called the Zuvi Halo. And this one is specifically supposed to be good for really delicate hair, and it's using mostly light to dry your hair. It's not noisy at all, and I have been really, really satisfied with that. I think that my hair is in much better shape now that I have not been using quite so much heat on it to dry it. And right now this is priced at $209. It's reduced from $349, and so I think that's not a bad price. In terms of the hair care that I use, Lolavie is a brand that is from Jennifer Aniston, and this is 25% off site-wide. And I do really like especially her detangling spray, and there's one that's like a leave-in conditioner that I use as kind of a smoothing agent. And I think that both of those are especially good for my hair, and I also like the conditioner and the shampoo and the restructuring conditioner, I guess it is. And I think that all of these have been very nice for my hair. I was a little surprised because my hair is so dry and there's only one formula, but she is getting older herself, and so I guess it shouldn't be such a surprise that products that she likes would work for me also. And so I have liked that. And that does have a scent in it, but it is a natural scent, and I don't think it's been irritating for me either in terms of the smell or my skin. And I'm always interested in what InnerSense is doing, but so far I'm not seeing a sale there. In terms of fragrance, I mentioned before that I'm interested in the Florgasm that is being sold by Blue Mercury. And then they also make a product from RMS, which is called Scarlet Moon. And all of the fragrances on the Heretic website are currently available at 30% off. And I like the 7 Virtues, but I'm not seeing a sale there yet. And then moving on to makeup, and then starting with Addiction Tokyo, they are having a 25% off site-wide sale. And I think that most of the products on the Addiction Tokyo website are ones that might be problematic for me in terms of the ingredients. But I am planning to buy one of their eyeshadow quads. Those look like the ingredients probably will be okay. And I'm also planning to buy one of their eyeliners. Now, Armani is having a 30% off site-wide sale, and there are a few products from Armani that I've liked, but what I mostly like is their lipsticks, and so I'm really happy that they're having a sale on the lipsticks that is bringing the price down to $27, and so I will be buying one of those. And the BK Beauty is having a 30% off site-wide sale, and I do have a number of brushes from BK Beauty, and I do like the Angie Hot and Flashy set that I purchased, especially as it pertains to my own eyes that are more hooded and to some of the issues that I have. I do think she created a nice brush set, and I have a few other brushes from them as well. And Bobbi Brown is having 30% off site-wide, and on the Bobbi Brown site you can get one of their foundation sticks, and I do really like those. Only a few of the shades are available on the Sephora site, but all of the shades are available on the Bobbi Brown website, of course, and I am highly recommending that foundation stick. I think that that has been really terrific for me, and a lot of other people have really liked it too. And it's an older product, but it still seems to be performing much, much better than any of the other foundation sticks that I have used. And then I also like their skin corrector stick, and I like their skin concealer stick. I actually use that corrector stick really, really often. And when the price is marked down to $25, I think that's a pretty good price. And the foundation stick at $40, I think that's a fantastic price. And then the eyeshadow sticks, they're usually $34. You can get them for $24. I did get Bobbi Brown to tell me that some of the eyeshadow sticks did not have aluminum powder in them, so that was good. Recently I wrote to them again and I tried to ask them about more of those sticks, and they seemed to be really confused, and I never got an answer from them. And so my suspicion is that most of those eyeshadow sticks actually don't have aluminum powder in them, even though it's on the may contain list. And I think that what they would prefer to do, rather than to give people information about them, is to just take them back if they irritate you. So I think if you buy those and they don't work out for you, Estee Lauder Corporation is really good at just taking things back. And so if you like those eyeshadow sticks and you end up being irritated by them, just send them back. Boom Beauty is a company that was originally founded by a model named Cindy Joseph, and it was designed for women who were supposed to be 50 or older. And I have tried a few products from this company, and the product that I mostly liked was the Rose Nude Boomstick. The original one, I wasn't that crazy about that formula, but I did like the Rose Nude one, and now they've come out with a few new shades, and so I'm a little interested in trying those new shades as well. And I thought the highlighter was pretty good too. And they are having a 20% off sale on everything on their site. And I have tried a number of products from them, and I really think I just like those two sticks. I'm not seeing a sale on Calorie yet, so we have to keep looking for that one. Chanel never has sales apparently, so we can't expect anything from them. And Charlotte Tilbury, I'm not sure if they are going to have a Black Friday sale or not. Chantecaille, on the other hand, is having a very good Black Friday sale. And that sale is 25% off site-wide, and that includes products that have already been marked down. So there are a few products that have already been marked down that I do really, really like, and that I do think would be a quite good price at the final discount price. So the ones that I think would be worth considering would be the Lip Veil Cheetah Collection, and there's 3 different shades of that, and the price for that would be $34 for each lipstick, and I think that's not bad for that quality. And then in terms of these little tinted lip balms, they have ones that are called Sunstone Lip Sheer, and so I purchased one of these earlier in the year, and I actually already purchased another one during the sale just because I do really like it. This is something that I just take around with me in my purse, and so the final product price for that is $23, and I think that that is a pretty good price. And there is a bronzer that I tried at the Blue Mercury store that I did really like. That is $53. And I purchased their Radiant Blush, and I actually did show that in my Chantecaille video, and that one is $49 after the sale. And then the other product from Chantecaille that I just purchased at the sale price is the Future Skin Gel Foundation. So I never had the right shade for me, and the version that I purchased before was getting pretty old, and so I purchased a new one for $68, which I think is it's a very nice foundation. I do like it a lot. And then I also really like their new tinted moisturizer that has a small amount of sunscreen in it, like I think SPF 15. And they reformulated that this year, and I have really liked that, and I've actually worn it from time to time. And I think at the discounted price, I can't remember what that is, it's very nice. And then the other product that I purchased from them this year that I have really liked has been the Luminescent Eye Shade, and I purchased this in the shade called Mustang, which is kind of a cinnamony type of a brown shade with a little bit of a shimmer in it. And I think as a one-and-done eyeshadow that is really pretty, and I don't think that the price is out of line, and so that is one that I actually like. But I did hear today Sophia Sees Beauty say that the only shade in that whole line that she liked was the Mustang shade, and that she thought it was different than some of the other shades. And I haven't experimented with the other shades, so I'm not sure. I guess I need to go to Blue Mercury and play with those. Clinique is having a 30% off site-wide sale. The only Clinique products that I tend to use at this point are the Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm and their Black Honey Lipstick. Dior does not have sales, and Eadem, I don't see anything on their website yet that they are having sales, but I kind of doubt that they will make their little shoo-shoo lip balms available at a sale price because they seem to be selling like hotcakes already. M Cosmetics is a brand that I've only bought 1 or 2 items from in the past, and I think that the items that I've bought in the past have been nice, but I think that it would be good for me to buy a few more products and then do a video on them with my experiences, and they're having a 25% off site-wide sale. So if you have any experience with M Cosmetics, or if there are any products that you find particularly interesting, then let me know about that in the comments and I can pursue that. Fenty is having a 30% off site-wide sale, and I think that at that point the prices are really going to be kind of low, like almost like drugstore type prices, so that could be something to consider. In terms of Fenty products, the only ones that I have purchased that I've really liked are their cream bronzer and their powder bronzers. I think those are actually really nice, and they do have colors that I think are appropriate for me, and most of the time I do have problems finding a good shade in a bronzer, but they have a really wide variety of shades, so I was really happy to find that out. And their soft lid foundation I thought performed really well for me, except I did have a really, really difficult time getting it off. But a lot of people really do like that foundation, and especially in terms of it not exacerbating the look of my wrinkles, I think it did a very nice job. And Glossier I've kind of been hit or miss with. A lot of their products do cause irritation for me, but a lot of them have been very nice. And they certainly have some prices that are fairly reasonable. And the products from them that I really like, I am a super big fan of their Ultra Lip lipsticks, and so those are actually a really good price to begin with, and so I probably will do a restock on the colors that I really like and get some fresh ones. And then there's a lip line pencil, and I think that those are actually really nice lip pencils too. I'm kind of impressed with them as lip pencils that are sort of the same color as your lips go. And I like their Cloud Paint blushes, and then also especially for people whose skin is getting a bit older, a lot of times they do report doing really well with the skin tint and with the stretch concealer. And I'm not saying that Goop is having a sale on their own products or on their own website, but I did see that Nordstrom is selling a few products from Goop at discounted prices, and so if you're interested in Goop, then you might look on the Nordstrom site. And there are a couple of new makeup products that I might pick up. I need to look into them a little bit more. House Labs is having 20% off site-wide, and the products from House Labs that I really like, I like their powder blush, except that it is a little bit on the pigmented side for my skin. I wish they would release a few shades that were not quite so pigmented. I like their blush stick, although again, those are very pigmented, but at least I can kind of make those work. I love the Le Monster lip crayons. I think that those are really terrific and highly underrated. And this is what those look like. I have them right here. And I think that those are always tempting for me to buy more of them. I have a lot of the different shades, but there are some that are just available on the House Labs website that are not in the Sephora stores, and I think that I'm going to take a close look and see which colors there are and whether or not any of them might be suitable for me. But this is a very nice lipstick. And I, of course, like their foundation. Their foundation may be my very favorite liquid foundation that contains silicone, and it does come in a lot of different shades. I do suggest going to Sephora and trying on the foundation before you actually buy it, because the way that they describe the colors on the website tends to be really confusing. And then I think that their concealer is pretty good, especially if I'm just using it on my eyelids as a eye primer. I tend not to use it so much on my under eyes. It is pretty thick, and I need to use it really lightly if I'm going to make it work and not have it exacerbate the look of my wrinkles. And I think that their lip glazes are pretty good. When they first came out earlier this year, I thought that they were really terrific, and I think they still look really terrific on my lips. But now that I have tried out the RMS, the new lip oils, I am really, really enthusiastic about those at present, especially as winter comes and my lips become more dry. But I think the lip glazes are very nice also. Hourglass is having 20% off, and this is the time of year last year when I actually purchased my Hourglass palette with the owl on it, and so I believe that all the palettes are in stock right now, and I think that those palettes are going to be available at the 20% off. So if you're interested in an Hourglass palette and you want to get it for $70-something rather than $90, then this could be the time to purchase it. I'm not really interested in more Hourglass palettes, but I'm glad I have one of them because I do really like the case for it. And then I also really like the Hourglass Skin Tint. I think that as skin tints go that don't offer a lot of coverage, I think that's a very nice one. And it doesn't include any silicones in it. Huda is having a bunch of different sales on their website, but the only products from Huda that I really like are the Unscented Easy Bake Powder and the Easy Blur Foundation, and I'm not seeing those as being on sale yet. And Isamaya is having some discounts on some various products, but those are not any products that I want, and really the only products that I really want from them are the lip balms and the lipstick in the lips line, and those are not on sale. And then Jane Iredale is having a 20% off site-wide sale. And the Jane Iredale products that I really like are their brow products. So I like their brow pencils. Actually, both of their brow pencils work for me. And I like their brow gel. I think that both of those are really good with regard to helping me with my really sparse eyebrows. And I like their Hydra Pure Tinted Serum, which I really just use as like a primer. And some of the other products from them are fine also, and most of them don't irritate my skin. And so at some point I need to do another video on Jane Iredale, but a lot of their products are very nice. Now, Jones Road typically does not like to do Black Friday sales, but this year they put a few of their holiday and other sets on sale. So for instance, their Beach Vacation set and their City Lights set is usually $76, and they are marking that down to $57 during the sale. And then they are also offering discounts on their skincare travel set, their 101 set, their New Classics set, and their nail polish kit. And then the thing that Jones Road does always do for Black Friday and for the holiday season is that they offer little sets of mini Miracle Balms. So you can, for instance, get 4 shades of these mini Miracle Balms, and they are $68 during the Black Friday sale. And then there's also sets of either 6 or 8 shades. So you can pick your own shades. And so if you want to experiment with the mini Miracle Balms, then this is the time to do it. And it's really the only time to do it because most of the years they don't make those available at all. Kaja, there is one product from Kaja that I like, which is their little eye bentos. Those do have talc in them, but I do think that the ones that I have performed really well for me. And those are available at 35% off on the Kaja site, and I did pick up a couple of them last year during the Black Friday sale, and I do really like those. I think that I have not talked about those enough, but I think as relatively inexpensive and nicely performing eyeshadows go, those are really cute. Kosas is having 25% off, and the products from Kosas that I like are their deodorant. I like their powder blush very, very much. Those are new. And I like their setting powder, the Cloud Set powder. And then I like their brow products also. So they have a tinted brow gel and an eye pencil, and I think that both of those do work well on my sparse brows. And then the other product that I bought last year from them is their little eye palette, and that is back in stock, and during the sale price it is $30. And a lot of people were really critical about this palette and thought that it was kind of boring and it only had one shimmery shade in it. And I actually kind of like that little palette, and I think that for $30 it's not a bad little present to give yourself or a present to give someone else. I think it's really cute, actually. And then Kofi is a brand that is designed primarily for women who are of South Asian descent, and so it's for a skin tone that's somewhat different than mine. But the products that I have liked from them, I thought that their lipstick, the one that I tried, was very nice, and I do like their eyeliner an awfully lot. And Kofi is offering 20% off site-wide. Now, Laura Mercier is offering 25% off site-wide, but there are some exclusions, and unfortunately the product that I was really interested in is excluded from the sale. So last year I purchased this palette, which was called Japan in Bloom, and this is from Laura Mercier, and I found that this is a really terrific palette for me, and I actually purchased an extra one just to have because I liked it so much. And I thought that the quality of the eyeshadow formula was really nice, and it does remind me a bit of the Byredo Mineralscapes palette. And I thought that the price was really nice and that I really liked it. And unfortunately, they really didn't promote it at all, and I don't think that anyone knew about it, and now it is gone. But they did release this new palette, which seems to be the same formula from what I can tell, based on both the ingredient list and from what I've been hearing people say about it. And I am interested in this one. This one is a little bit more expensive, so it's originally priced at $56. And the few reviews that I've heard about it on YouTube, people do really seem to like it. And so I do want to pick that up. It has one shade in it that has aluminum powder in it. And so that is the main reason that I haven't picked it up already. But just for my own personal use, I'm still really interested in it. But it's not on sale on the Laura Mercier site. I did see it on sale on a site that is called Lovely Skin. And on that site, it is available at 30% off, so I could get it for $39. So I'm thinking I'll probably do that. Otherwise, I don't feel like I'm that interested in anything that Laura Mercier has to offer these days. They have made a lot of changes, and I don't think that they are for the better. I doubt that Lisa Eldridge is going to have a Black Friday sale. I would be really surprised. MAC is having a 30% off site-wide sale, and of products that I like at MAC, I do really like this MAC Prep Plus Prime lip primer, and I put this on underneath kind of drier lipsticks, and I also feel like this is just something that if my lips are kind of messy when I am doing swatches, that if I put a little bit of this on and then wipe it off, my lips tend to be a lot cleaner, and so it's actually a good way to get lipstick off of my lips. And in general, it does have some vanilla in it, but I don't really mind it so much to wear it for that purpose. And then, as I said in one of my recent videos, MAC has released a new line of Maximal satin lipsticks, and I think the formula on those is absolutely fantastic. Now, that does have vanillin in it, and so I don't really like things that have vanillin in them to wear them on a regular basis. But if the traditional MAC scent and taste does not bother you, I think that those are fantastic lipsticks. And they are not terribly expensive, and they do come in a lot of colors, and you can try them on at Ulta or at a MAC counter, and so I think that they're really worth looking into. Make Beauty is a company that I've been planning to try for quite a while, and they're having a 25% off sale. And the problem is, whenever I go to the Make website, there are so many products that I tend to get really overwhelmed, and then I'm not quite sure what to purchase, and then usually I don't end up purchasing anything. So I think that I would like to finally try some of these products, and so if you have any ideas of products that you think would be especially good for me to try that are offered by Make, then please do let me know about that, because I don't think that I want to miss their sale again, and I do think I want to start trying a few things from them. Makeup by Mario, I've actually been working on a video on Makeup by Mario, and I realized that there are quite a few products from them that I really do like, and their sale is 25% off. So the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight Palette, I really do like that very much. I know that a lot of people have said that they didn't think that it was worth purchasing, but I do really, really like it, and I think especially for $51 for the sale price, I think that that's a pretty good deal on it. And I also like their new setting spray, an awfully lot. I think that even on my really sensitive skin, this has been really great. And I also like their new Surreal Skin setting powder. I think that's been a very nice powder that I've been able to use successfully over foundations that are a little bit moist or a little bit kind of sticky. I think that's worked really well for me. And then last year I did a video on their foundation, which is also called Surreal Skin, and I think that's a very nice foundation, especially for women who are getting a bit older, because it makes the skin look a little bit more plump, which I think gives a little bit of freshness to the face. And I recently tried their lip pencil, and I really like their lip pencil, actually. I think I like their lip pencil almost as much as my favorite lip pencil, which is the one from Chanel, but it's not nearly as expensive, and I think it's very similar to the Chanel pencil, actually. So that's been a really good find that I really missed out on for way too long. And then I also finally tried their Super Satin lipsticks, and I hadn't tried those before because they list fragrance on the ingredient list. But when I finally did try them, I realized that the fragrance was just a really mild vanillin type of a flavor, and I don't think it's even as strong as in a lot of other lipsticks that just list vanillin on the ingredients. And in terms of the formula, I think it's a really, really terrific formula. So I think that especially if you don't mind the vanillin flavor, that is one to try, and I've actually been wearing that from time to time and liking it. Merit is going to be having 20% off of everything, and that includes the sets that they have that already have a discount. And so this, I think, is their one big sale of the whole year. So if you're interested in Merit, this would be a good time to buy things. Now, in the sale, they are not including their holiday sets. So I did a video where I talked about their holiday lip set and their holiday blush set, and those are not anywhere that I can find them on the website now. I would not be surprised if those came back after the sale. So I don't think you may have missed them if you didn't buy them already, but I just think they're selling well enough that they don't want to offer them at a sale price. And of the things on the Merit website, I really like everything that they offer, except that I can't recommend their highlighter because it tends to go rancid very fast and have a very bad smell. But all of their other products I think are really terrific, and so I think that those are products that I have really enjoyed really across the board. Now, I haven't tried their fragrance yet, and this does include some synthetic ingredients, so I'm not expecting that I will like it because I really don't like any fragrances that have synthetic ingredients, but I will give it a try at some point. Rhode Beauty is having 25% off. I think that that is a really good discount, and I really like everything that Rhode Beauty offers, and so I am always excited to see what else they have. And I have tried all of the products that they offer, and I think that they're all really terrific. The product that I actually have liked maybe the least, in terms of it sort of being the weakest product that they offer, are their cream lipsticks, and those are actually all 50% off now. And I think the thing with their cream lipsticks is that the lighter shades are not too bad, but they're a little bit on the messy side. They're very creamy and they're very hydrating. And so when we get into the darker shades, they tend to be kind of messy on my lips. And so therefore, that is something that I have to really be careful with, or it just tends to get all outside my lip lines. But at 50% off, those lipsticks are a really good deal, and I do like the way they feel on my lips, and I do like the way they taste on my lips. And by the way, the lipsticks from Rhode Beauty, both the cream ones and the matte ones, they both list vanillin on the ingredient list, but when I asked them about that, they told me that the vanillin is obtained from vanilla pods rather than from, say, petrochemicals. And so I was really, really impressed with that, and that did explain why those vanillin flavors had never bothered me when all of the other vanillin actually did bother me. So I am thinking that probably they're discontinuing those lipsticks, and maybe they will be coming out with something else that will be a little bit better behaved. I hope so. And then in terms of new things that Rhode Beauty has been offering, I've been looking at a product that's called the Southern Goth Palette. And I don't know if I like the reddish shades that are in that one, but I do like M156, which is an olive eyeshadow, and M163, which is a sparkling chartreuse sparkle balm. So I'll probably pick those up. But one thing that I will say is that especially since I realized that Honest Beauty is discontinuing their blushes, I have been thinking that the blushes from Rhode Beauty, they've been really terrific, and they actually do hold up really, really well on my skin. And so I think that that is a good substitute for the Honest Beauty blushes, which were in the past the ones that I felt held up the best on my cheeks. Now, NARS is having 20% off site-wide, but if you buy $75 worth of stuff, then you can get 25% off. Or if you buy $150 worth of stuff, then you can get 30% off. And so I like an awfully lot of the products that NARS has offered. Really, everything that they've released over the past 3 years I have liked, but I do especially like their new explicit lipsticks, and I do want to pick up at least one more shade in that one, hopefully kind of a medium pink type of a shade that I can wear on an everyday basis. And I like their new powder blushes that they came out with this year. I think that those are in really good shades. And their liquid blush, I do really like the way that looks on me. It doesn't last a long time, so I usually put that on in addition to some kind of a powder blush. And I like their Afterglow Sensual Shine lipsticks. I like their Power Matte pencils and their Power Matte lipsticks. I like their Light Reflecting Foundation, which does not have any silicones in it, and I think it does perform really well for me without exacerbating the look of my wrinkles. And I like their new setting spray a lot. I think it's very similar to the Makeup by Mario one, and I think that's been terrific. And their eyeshadow sticks, I would like them to be available in more shades, but the ones that I have that are in shades that are appropriate for me, they've been really terrific. These are matte. And then recently I've been trying out their newest eyeshadow palette, which is called the Afterglow Tempting Eyeshadow Palette. And I think that that is a really nice little palette. Now, they did have a palette that was available for the holiday season, and I really thought about buying that because I thought the colors were appropriate for me. But what I did find is that I had a really hard time sort of putting enough pigment on my skin that it really worked for me. I felt like it was not applying very well, and the colors are also not real saturated, I guess. And so I tend to like a really light look, so I feel like other people probably will have even more problems than I do. And a lot of people did complain about that in the comments section, so I ended up not purchasing that one, or at least I haven't bought it so far. Pat McGrath, so far they just say 50% off artistry essentials for Black Friday, and I'm not seeing any of those products that I really like, so I'm not looking at that. And I'm not seeing anything on Patrick Ta so far, or Roen Beauty, or Rhode Beauty, and I would be interested in all of those maybe. And then Ritual de Fille is one of my brands that I like, especially in terms of their older products. So they are having a 20% off site-wide sale, and the products from them that I really like their cream highlighters. I like their cream blushes, both different lines of them I think are very nice. And I really like their eye soots. And they have a collection right now that is called Viridescent, and that includes a green eyeshadow, one of the eye soots, and a highlighter that's a little bit green, and then also a lipstick that's a little bit green. And I definitely am interested in that green eye soot, but I'm not sure about the lipstick or about that highlighter. But I might buy all three of them just to give them a try and to compare them to the Mom Beauty products. And then they also have a concealer, and I actually bought that concealer, and I still need to test that out. So the thing about that concealer is that last year when I used their new foundation, my skin reacted really, really badly to it. So I think I've just been procrastinating putting that concealer on my face because I'm afraid that it's going to react badly to that concealer as well. But I will give that a try soon. RMS just did a Green Friday sale, and that has just ended, but I suspect that they may be doing something for Black Friday, or maybe for the whole month going into Christmas. And so we'll just keep watching for those. But I don't think it's over at RMS. So if you haven't bought anything from them yet, I don't think you've missed your chance to get it at a good price. Say is having a 25% off site-wide sale, and I really do like the Say Slip Tint Concealer. I really like that as much as the really expensive concealers from either Westmont Atelier or from Sarah Creal. And I do like the Say brushes. I reach for these an awfully lot, really in preference to most of the other brushes in my collection. I would think that Sarah Creal might have a sale, but I haven't seen it on the website yet. Sigma is a company that I had never tried before, but they do have a skin tint that I thought would be worth trying, and I did just buy this one, and I also bought a brush from them because they're a brush company, and this was only 10% off, and I think it's still just 10% off, so I think that they have a variety of different discounted prices on the website, and some products are discounted a lot more than others. I doubt Tom Ford will do a sale. That would be a surprise. Tower 28 is having 20% off site-wide, or if you get to $50 or more, then you can get 28% off. And I'm not a big fan of Tower 28, but I do kind of like their juice bombs, if nothing else, and those are not available on Sephora to my knowledge. Victoria Beckham is offering 20% off, and the products that I like from Victoria Beckham, I do really like her lipsticks, and I realize that those do not have any plastics in them, so now I like them even more. And I like their eyeshadow sticks, although they have a little bit of a tendency to break, but the company is pretty good at making good on them, and the ones that don't break have been really terrific for me. And I like their lip pencils a lot. I think that those are close runner-ups to the Chanel pencils. Maybe the Makeup by Mario ones are a little better, though. And I like their blush sticks, and I like their lid lusters. Now, Vive is a company that I had almost never heard of before, but one of the people that I watch pretty frequently, which is Rebecca from Not Fit for Print Beauty, she did a video recently where she talked about her favorite cool-toned palettes of all time, and the one that she said was her absolute favorite is one that is called 90s eyeshadow palette. And when I looked at that color story, I thought it was really gorgeous, and when I looked at the ingredient list, I thought that it looked like it probably would be fine to me. And so now I am interested in that palette, even though it is not new, and I don't know that anyone else is interested in it. And I think that that would be a fairly reasonable price, and so I might try to pick that up during the sale. Violette FR is having 20% off. I do kind of like her eyeshadows, which are called U Paint. And I would like the Bisou Balm, except if it didn't have a vanillin in it. So if you don't mind vanillin, I think that those could be nice products. And I like their highlighter. Now, Westman Atelier, I don't know that they have ever had a Black Friday sale before, but they are having one now, and it is 20% off everything, and that includes off of sets, so I think that that's really terrific. And the set that I think is worth noting is the Baby Cheeks Duo, and so you can get 2 full-size Baby Cheeks blush sticks, whichever ones you like, and it is $60 for both of those, which I think is a really good deal because usually they are $48, I think. And then in addition, you can just get one of them for $38. And the one that is not available anywhere else except on the Westman Atelier website is called Mimi, which is one of those really muted, sort of beige, very slightly pink shades that I think is really attractive on me. And I do have that one, and I've used it a lot. And the foundation stick, you can get it for $54, and I do like the foundation stick. And the new concealer that I like, that one's $38. So now we're getting into like a reasonable price for a concealer. That's not bad at all. And they have lit up highlighter sticks, which are $38. And the shade that is not available anywhere else besides on the Westman Atelier website is called Biscuit. And so I actually did already order that one because that is one of the few Westman Atelier products that I haven't tried in terms of that shade. And then in terms of super loaded tinted highlighters, those would be $60. So that's pretty expensive still. They're usually $75. And the colors that are only available on the Westman Atelier website, there's one that's called Peau de Santé, which is a peachy pink that I do like. And then there's one that's called Peony, which I thought about buying last night, but it does look really pink leaning on purple, and I don't know that that's really the best shade for me. So I haven't ordered that one, at least not yet. And then for the Squeaky Clean lip balms, those are $30. And I don't think that's a bad price for a lip balm that's that high of quality. I actually do really like those lip balms. And so YSL, like their sister company Armani, they are offering 30% off site-wide. But in this case, there are some exclusions that I have noticed. And one of the exclusions is their liquid blush that they just released a few months ago. And I was interested in picking that up, but that one is not included in that sale. And it also is the case that I was really interested in picking up their eyeshadow quad that is for the holiday season. And that one is not included in the sale either, so that's too bad. So I don't know if I'm going to make a purchase myself from YSL, but I do heartily recommend their eyeshadow quads. So there's something like 11 or 12 other ones available, and I think all of these are gorgeous, and I actually did a whole video where I swatched all of them and tried them all on my eyes. And I think that this formula is really terrific. And I think that the real key to this is how well it blends. So I think that even though those are typically pretty expensive, 30% off is a big jump in terms of the affordability of them, and I have heard no one purchase these that haven't really liked them. I think they're really, really a nice formula. And then I also like their powder bronzer, and I actually put that on today. I think it's a very nice powder bronzer that is very wearable, and it performs, for me, in terms of the color and the 2 lightest shades, it's a lot more like a color that I get when I get tanned rather than one that is more like a contour type of a shade, so I really like that about it. And then since I'm doing this video and since I've been shopping, I thought I'd just share a few of the other companies that I tend to purchase from and what they're doing. So I do like Birkenstock. I spend quite a bit of time on the Birkenstock site, and they do have a lot of last chance shoes that are very nice and very stylish that are available at quite good discounts. So I would look at that if you like Birkenstocks. Coach is really my favorite brand of leather goods, and really the only one that I'm interested in at this point. I think the quality is about as good as most of the really expensive designer brands, and it is affordable. And on the Coach outlet, things are already well priced, and now they have a 25% off site-wide. And so I am interested in both things like handbags, and also they have very nice belts. And LL Bean, I think that their products just last so much longer than all of the other products that are on the market that I find really from any company, regardless of the price, that I do buy an awful lot of stuff from LL Bean. And I do think that they will have a Black Friday sale. They usually do. And recently they had 10% off of everything. So I'm thinking they'll probably have a better sale than that. And Wacoal is a brand that I purchase bras from, and that's I really do need a good bra, and I've always needed a good bra, but I definitely need one now that I'm getting a bit older, and that is a really terrific site. And you can take their quiz and put in your measurements, and then they will recommend bras for you, and I have found the ones they've recommended to be really, really good for me. And in terms of pet supplies, I buy a lot from Chewy, and Chewy does tend to have a good Black Friday sale, so I am waiting for that. And by the way, I'll let you know the things that Coco really likes. We went through a period of time where I had him try hundreds of different dog foods and dog treats, and he only had to eat the ones that he really liked, and I was always giving him choices. And the ones that he really likes are Ziwi Peak air-dried food. And then in terms of kibble, the only one that he really likes is Royal Canin Small Starter, which is for small little baby puppies and for nursing moms. And he likes the Full Moon pork jerky, and all the dogs that we ever meet, they all like that pork jerky. That's really by far the favorite dog treat of everything that I've ever bought. And he likes the Bones and Chews Bully Stick braids that are made in the U.S. And he also likes Grandma Lucy's cookies, especially the pumpkin ones. And then also for the spring and the fall months, I like the Lands' End dog jackets, which are waterproof, and some of them have a lining, and then some of them are more like a raincoat. And I don't really buy too much from Lands' End for myself or for my husband, but I do think that their dog jackets are really terrific. And they are on sale right now. And then I also like the Upcountry collars and leashes, and I don't see a Black Friday sale on their site, but they also sell a few things on Amazon and also on Chewy. And then I also am actually really interested in cooking, and I've focused on that a lot, and I've tried out a lot of different cooking things. And the types of products that I really like, first of all, I like Emile Henry, which is a French company that's like pottery type things. And the things that I've liked from them are their pizza stones and the pizza peel that goes with it. And I like their barbecue chicken roaster that allows the chicken to stand up so that it gets crispy skin on it. And I like their tangine pot, which I tend to use instead of, for instance, an Instant Pot. And I like their pie plates. And everything on Emile Henry is 25% off at present. And I also like Le Creuset, and Le Creuset does have some discounts on their website. And the products from them that I like are their grill pans and their cast iron rice pot. I think that's really terrific. And I don't think those are on sale, but I think those are really good products. And generally everything from Le Creuset I really like. And I also like Staub, and the Staub products that I like are the 12-inch Perfect Pan. I use that one almost every day as like a little small wok for me and my husband. And I like their Petite French Oven, which is another kind of like rice pot that I think makes really, really good rice and keeps me from having to have a rice cooker. And then I also have on my stove an all-Clad 5-quart stainless steel steamer pot, and that's like $100, and I rarely have seen that on sale, but I think that is a pot that I've gotten so much use out of, and even when I burned it up, it cleans up really nicely, and it's very durable, so I've been really happy about that. Amazon has an Instant Pot on sale for $70, which is 30% off. And I don't use my Instant Pot that much anymore. I mostly use my enameled cast iron pots, but sometimes I use the Instant Pot. And I also found on Amazon the KitchenAid 3.5 cup food chopper for $45, which is 25% off. And I don't have any other kind of food processor at this point. Those take up too much room and are kind of annoying. But this little food chopper, I really like it because I can make things like whipped cream and hummus and chicken liver, a pate, and I sometimes will chop breadcrumbs in it and nuts. And I also will make mayonnaise or hollandaise sauce or other kinds of little sauces in it. And so in general, I think this has been really, really useful for me, and I do use it at least a few times a week for those kinds of things. And so I do really recommend that, and it doesn't take up much room on the counter, which I think is a really nice thing. And it goes in the dishwasher really easily. And I've had it for several years, and it seems to be holding up fine, so I'm really happy about that too. It is KitchenAid. And then I also do have a Vitamix, and I am glad I have a Vitamix. And I do see a Vitamix with a smaller container on it. I do think the container that I have on mine is a little bit on the large side. And in terms of cookware retailers, I like Food 52, but I'm not seeing anything really exciting there. But on Sur La Table, I am seeing a 4-quart Staub Dutch oven for $130. And I actually bought one just like this from Sur La Table maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and that has held up really, really well for me, and I use it all the time. And I think that people that don't already have a lot of enameled cast iron could really get some good use out of this product. And in terms of food and supplements, I started to use the bulletproof collagen powder last summer when I broke my arm, and I've kind of tapered off of that, and I think I need to start taking more of it, and that maybe it would help my hair to grow a bit better. And I did see a YouTuber in the beauty community talk about the fact that she was taking collagen supplements and that her hair got really thick, and then when she stopped taking them, all her hair fell out. So that makes me really want to start up on that collagen again. And Bulletproof, which is the collagen that I think seems like it's good to me, is 30% off right now. And Fresh Roasted Coffee is another brand that I purchase on a really regular basis. So I buy their Peruvian coffee. I think the Peruvian coffee is really, really good. I found that in Peru that they don't really use much Roundup there, and I think that that could be part of the reason why. And in addition, I use a lot of tea from them, and they have a lot of different organic teas that do feel really good to me. And they usually do have a really good Black Friday sale, so I'm waiting for that. And Vitacost has a variety of different natural and organic type foods, and I buy a lot of products from them, both supplements and food. And I think that the deals tend to be really good, and they tend to have a really good Black Friday sale too. So thank you very much for watching all the way to the end of the video. And if there are any Black Friday sales that you are excited about or that you have seen that I haven't mentioned, then please let me know about those in the comments section. In addition, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, then I would appreciate it if you would do that. And also, if you've liked this video, then please hit the like button, because that does help the channel. And in addition, Coco and I love you very much, so thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. Ba-da-ba-da-da-bum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.